Hey, what's up, Jeepers? Today we're going to be doing a little bit of much needed maintenance to the Mistress. Of course, as some of you know, we just snatched this engine straight out of a salvage yard and put it in and ran it as is. That includes the spark plugs and the coils. Well, a couple thousand miles ago we changed the spark plugs to try to get rid of this. Now I've checked the fuel pressure. The fuel pressure is good at the fuel rail, so we're pretty sure that it's not a fuel pressure related problem. But in the morning we have to do this double tap. Okay, I mean, and this isn't zombie land, so we're going to try to get rid of this. But we crank it, and then we have to crank it again, and she'll start. Okay, now a new development has come up. We developed a misfire. Well, I ran a code. We didn't have one misfire. We had 6. And earlier, a few months back, we had a couple of random misfires that isolated specific coils that were misfiring. Well, now the 6 that are misfiring are the only 2 that we didn't replace. So we're going to be replacing those today, which actually I'm not replacing them. Ria's replacing them. And we've got something special. We found some coils from a company called DUI, who market them under Sultans of Spark. They're 27,000 volts higher than a stock coil for a 4.7 V8. Now they're a little pricey. They're close to $300 for a set, as opposed to $250 for a stock set through AutoZone, or $172 for the exact same thing through Summit Racing. Yeah, guys, Summit Racing is kicking butt on a lot of the local parts houses. So if you can wait for the parts, sometimes they're a better bet. But I'm not advertising for them. We're not sponsored by them. I'm just trying to save y'all a little bit of money. If you have the time to order it and wait, you can generally save about $75 on something like that going through Summit. But Ria is going to be changing those today, and in order to do this, she also has to re-gap the spark plugs. So we're going to film it for y'all and show you what it takes and show you what we're putting in. See what happens at the end of the video. I pray that the YouTube overlords don't smite me with a copyright claim, because at the exact moment in time when I was reading out these codes, K-Sky Radio in Rapid City was playing Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers' Breakdown. How ironic. Reading out trouble codes, listening to the song Breakdown. Now if you'll notice, we had coils 8, coil 6, coil 5, coil 4, coil 1, and coil 2 all fail at the exact same time. How ironic. But we're going to take care of it.
Hey Jeepers. Today we're changing our ignition coils with DUI Industry Sultans of Spark. These have 27,000 more volts than your factory ignition coils. And to start, we gotta take off our air filter. Bang it. So here's our old ones that are obviously junk. Oh.
Remember, don't start it with the wrench. Spin it by hand. Never ever start a spark plug threading with a wrench. or is on the bottom rather. And it just wiggles on until it's back to, you might need to loosen, no, I think you're okay. And just wiggle it on until it's at the dirt line where it was before. It looks like you got it.
Darn being left-handed.
Well, there ain't nothing sexier than a woman working on her own car.
It's not on right. Just stop. It's not even.
Your blonde moment for the day.
I was like, what is happening?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Blonde moment. Blonde moment.
I know, I was like, what? It was on backwards, okay? Oh, honest mistake. It happens. Well, I don't want to make it too tight, right?
Yeah, that needs to be tight enough it's not going to fall off.
Good.
Yep. Okay. Just hit it. You don't need to double tap it now. Hey, goose it. More than that. Wow! Hit it. Pop it. 5,000 RPM. Made a difference. Now turn it off and start it again, and let's see if you have to do the double tap. Just crank it. No misfires. Now, okay, feel around up underneath the edge of the dash, like right under the speaker, and there should be a plug just dangling that's tucked. Yeah. Pull it, get it down. Yep, that's the one. Take the scan tool out of the box. And plug it into that connector. And we've got a heartbeat on the meter. Okay, now turn the key ignition to the on position, but do not start it. Now it's going to update, and it's going to tell you that you've got a 2000 Dodge Dakota. I'll rest my hand on your shoulder to stabilize the camera. Okay, now press any key. Okay, now there should be one that says erase. pushing. Okay. Now it's gonna.
Racing clears all DTC's freeze frame data and resets IM monitor. Shuts the engine off and replace ignition on. Oh.
Okay, so push and hold.
So yes.
Erase, yes. Erase was successful. Now we probably still have one stored code for that
Engine
purge valve for the evap can. And that may be something that has to go to the Dodge dealer to get cleared because it is new. No powertrain DC. Okay, so now with that in, go ahead and jump in and start it. Move the box for all that stuff. Go ahead and hit it, just hold it until it starts. Okay, what are our flashing ones? And those are not necessarily codes.
CAT, EVA,
O2 sensor.
H2R.
That's 02S, that's O2 sensor. Okay, so live data. So your intake sensor is showing 68 degrees. That's about what the outdoor temperature is.
So that's good.
Yeah. Throttle position sensor. BD2. Closed loop. Okay. It's all operating properly. We don't have anti-lock brakes. Yes, enhanced. Okay. So we can go ahead and unplug this. Codes are cleared. So it's the next day, and I was stitching together videos last night, and I realized that we're in such a habit of doing that double tap that nobody ever tried to start it just by putting the key in and cranking the hell out of it while it was cold. So we're going to make one last video here to tack on to the end here just to see where we're at with this. See if this really did help the whole weak starting situation. Okay, here we go. Okay, much better. No need to double tap. And I don't know why the double tap, because typically that would be associated with more like a weak fuel pump or plugged injectors. But, you know, no indicators showed anything like that. So, hey, what can I say? These Sultans of Spark coils, you know, for the money, they're doing the job. So we're going to beat up on them a little bit over time and see what they do. So all the reviews on Summit Racing on these, people are claiming to get a 2 to 3 mile per gallon increase in fuel economy with these as well. So far, you know, granted I've only driven it 100 yards, I can already tell a massive difference in this thing. It's back more to what it was when we first installed it. Obviously the failures, the coils were getting weak, so this is not a great comparison, but you know, in the coming weeks we're going to be taking this thing all the way to Ouray, Colorado, 666 miles one way. So we'll test out their claims of 2 to 3 more miles per gallon, because the Mistress on the interstate, as long as you keep it between 60 and 65 miles per hour, gets like 19 miles to a gallon. When you start taking it up to 80 and 85, 90 miles per gallon or per hour, you can see the gas gauge drain. So slow it down, it doesn't do too bad. And hey, when you're in a Jeep, you shouldn't be in that much of a hurry to get anywhere anyway. Also, while we're on the subject, if you'd like to get your own Jeep Psychology 101 t-shirt, those are available through my wife's online store at www.jeepandgirls.com. You can get coffee mugs and shirts and all kinds of stuff through there. All kinds of Jeep accessories.